Hey, what's up everybody? So this is Key Technique, and today we're going to be doing the inversions class. It's a class on inverting chords. So before that, you might want to consider watching some other videos. They're linked to this one. The Greek modes video is going to be essential for you to understand what notes we're playing. We're going to use scales a lot to know which notes to put in. Then you pick that knowledge and do the building chords class, because then that's the basis, the basic chords, so that later on you can do the inversions, and even consider doing the extended chords class, because it's like the inversion class. It's a thing to put in on the songs that you play or want to learn to give more color to it, but it's not essential. So it's a nice thing to have, very useful. You probably want to learn extended chords but also inverted chords, because it's going to be essential in some cases. You're going to see how it's important. So given its importance, leave the like at the beginning. It's going to be very important, and maintain it across the video. But if you want, you can take it out later at the end, and subscribe, because I'm going to be posting videos weekly. So onto the inversions. So the first understanding that I want to give to you is that inverting chords is basically picking their notes, which need to know the Greek modes. You got the first note, the third, the fifth, and you can play the same notes together to produce a certain chord that has those notes, but you can play the chords in a different order on the guitar, from the first string you attack to the last one, right? And as an example, we're gonna use the C major scale, Greek modes video again. Here's the major C scale. So in that scale, if you want to produce the simplest chord possible, building chords class, you can pick the first note, the third, and the fifth, right? And this whole shape here is a classic C major shape, which I'm repeating some notes, like C is here on the fifth string, but also on the second. But essentially, if you simplify everything that I'm playing here, it's only C, E, and G, right? And that's the standard chord. You can play this triad more visibly here on the 8th fret. Don't bother about it, just an example. 8th fret. So that's in order C, and then E, and then F. G. This is the standard way of playing it. This is the root inversion, actually called the root position, because you're playing the notes in order, right? Number 1, 3, and 5. So I can change the order, right? So I can play like this. I can play the 5th, which is G, up here on the 3rd fret, number 6 string. Then the the C, which is on the 3rd fret, but also the 5th string. And on the 2nd fret and 4th string, playing the E lastly. So that's 5, 1, 3. This is the same notes, all the notes that compose the C major, but then in a different order. This is an inversion, the most basic way of understanding it, and that's it. I can also put in the third first as a root, quote unquote, but it's not literally the root. So I can do this shape, which is 7th fret and 5th string for E, and then right here 5th fret and then 4th string I have the G, and down here you already have the C. So I can play those three, starting on the 3rd note. That's 3, 5, 1, like this. This is also C major, but you put the 3rd at the top. And so you might ask, okay, this is an embellishment, just like extended chords. What's the use of it? Is it necessary in any situation? Is it necessary that I change the order? And the answer is yes, because a song is very dynamic, and you're gonna see the use of it real quick in the example, the application that I'm gonna show. Because you can't just play the chords in the same order in all the contexts. There are some songs that changing the chord to its inverted version, mostly because they're changing the bass of it, it's gonna turn the song in a much more smooth song, and that's probably why some songs are very remarkable. You remember them because of that. They can be more singable because essentially the bass is moving in a smoother way, so you can sing along without having those. You can have like, and that's the use of it. And I'm gonna show you real quick right now what I'm talking about. The Greek modes notes and build the chords off of them, so that you can have the whole harmonic field. And if you pick any of the songs, you pick their tone, their tonality, you can have the first note, the first chord, which let's say it's the C major, on the C major scale. You can use inversions very well if you do the first chord, then you invert the fifth chord, so that should be a G, but look at the bass, it's sort of a jump, so like you invert the G, you put the B as a bass, which B is the third of the G, so you put the fifth on the bass, and now it's a G, but it's a G with the bass on the third, and then you go to the sixth chord. Right. In any harmonic fugue, you pick the first chord, then the fifth inverted with the third as the bass, and go to the sixth. How many times have you not heard that exact sequence, right? That's what I'm talking about. If you didn't use inversions, it would be, which works. It's a great sequence of chords, 1 6 1 5 6 or 5 6 1. It's like people used to say. But look at the bass. It's like from here to here. You have a jump. It's too much of a jump, even though it works. It's fourths and fifths work very well. But think of the possibility of making it as smooth as possible. You pick the harmonic fugue. You have C, and then lower tone it's B, even lower A. You just do literally like a linear sequence of the notes of C major fugue, and that's what you get. Much smoother. And talking about the bass, it's like it can't be smoother than that. It's also following a great sequence of chords. This sequence really works, as I said. That's the use of it. And just to wrap it up, I'm gonna give a more practical example with even the same sequence that I talked about, as a 1 and then the fifth inverted and then the sixth in a song. But before that, just keep in mind it's real practical to do the inversions. I don't intend to just show you a bunch of tabs in so that you can memorize them, because there's literally infinite possibilities in all the songs. You can invert chords that have a seventh, even ninth sometimes, but that's not even the idea, because you can do that in your head. Basically any chord, you just pick the chord, identify the notes, and then change the order in whatever you want. The first inversion being the one that, or the root position being the one that you have the tonic, which is C in this case, as a bass. Then the other inversion, you have I think is the third as a bass, and then the second inversion is when you have the fifth as the bass. You can change the order. It could be 5-1-3 or 5-3-1 technically, right? So you can just work your way up into any chords, or just memorize them. If you see some frequently used chords, you can just memorize them because they appear in many different songs. The C that I talked about, you can have the major C, you can have the inversion with the fifth on the bass, and it's the same shape except that you put in a finger on the G up here. That's it. It's a very well-known shape, by the way. And a lot of the times you have those shapes as a C/G, because the G is on the bass. This is highly used too. Well, you do, well, this is an F, you know, you have the F here, that's the shape, 3rd fret, 4th string, 2nd fret in 3rd string, 1st fret, 2nd string. But then you put in this bass here, and you pick the F that you have on the 3rd fret, just go up, here's the C, right? So this is also a known inversion, really similar to the G up here, C on the bass of G. Now, just to to continue that on the application, another extension that you have on those, if we go further on using those inversions, you can make a very smooth bass, as I said. And I just want to wrap it up by showing what I mean by that. There's a very well-known song called Stairway to Heaven, which I can't play it fully here because of the copyright issues, but I can show a little bit of the beginning of it, the little riff that is very well known, and the chords, and you're gonna see how smooth the whole inversion thing can be. The song is in standard C major, which is very pertinent because we're playing exactly with that tonality. The beginning, just watch the bass up here on the 4th string, starting here. Then I'm gonna show how it works on the actual chord. So starting on the riff, so it starts like, see, it starts like on the 7th fret, goes till like the 3rd. So just watch the sequence of chords. And so you start at A minor, which the bass is like here. You can play this A on the 5th string, or here on the 6th string. You start here on A, then you go to half tone lower, look at the bass on F sharp, same shape as A minor but with the bass on F sharp, and then coincidentally same shape as A minor, except that you put in the bass on F, and that's an F, right? But extended, it's an F with the major 7th, right? How remarkable isn't that? In a very well-known chord progression, everyone sings along because they know that chord progression very well, in the C major scale with its hyper smooth bass. It gives the right vibe to the song. That's how much inversions can change your songs. That's how useful of a tool that is. It just gives a different vibe to songs, and maybe that's what makes them remarkable. So it's very useful, and that's why I wanted to show you that. The concept is pretty simple, just change the order of the chords. Now, in specific cases, you play with it. You can play along with any song, just do the exercise of picking a random chord, even if it's with 7th, like that. Identify the notes, invert them. Do different inversions in different parts of the guitar. There's C here, there's C here, C here. Just play around, do all the inversions you can, and I hope that helps a lot to improve your songs and your how you sound. So if you've enjoyed, again, maintain the like and subscribe, because there's more videos coming about technique and theory like this. and I see you on the next week.